for something. A new way, a new understanding, a connection, some comfort. You've got questions, and Light on Living puts the spotlight on all the answers so you can shine. Lift and lighten the load of life's challenges and learn simple and easy ways to live a healthy, happy life. You'll gain insight and start to see things in a new way that motivates you. You're invited to hear new, see different, and feel more as Lisa shines the light on living.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Light on Living and our special feature show of musical chairs. I'm your host, Lisa Berry, holistic nutritionist and life coach. And of course, with me is our very talented singer, songwriter, producer, and co-host, Eric Lambier.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today?
Yeah,
nice to be here.
We are here for a September month, and we've chosen a really fun, I really like this one. I feel like this is the month of any month that we are going to need this, and we're calling it September Support Month. And why that is because, first I was thinking, everybody, the kids are going back to school, and at the end of the summer, we got to get back into our schedules with work and the whole new mindset. And that can be really tough, and not just with our regular life stuff, but then we've got all the other underlying things going on, and support really comes into play here. So, Eric, you don't have to worry about school and stuff right now, but don't you find September has that feeling?
School's a long ways away for me. But it's like, as you're saying, it's you shake off the summer, which you really don't want to do. I know up here in Canada, we've had a few colder days already, and it's sort of a little, not depressing maybe, but I'm missing it already. Let's put it that way. So we're just shaking off summer, but I think it's coming back for a little bit in the next week or two. So.
Well, I'm glad you said about the shaking off summer and getting to new things, because it went, the word depressing. So I want to highlight first, because we've chosen the theme and the word support, I thought, well, why don't we start with sharing with what would it feel like if you weren't supported? Like, why would one need support? What does that look like? And how does that feel? So I've got a few things that I'm thinking. So, Eric, if I were to say to you, you know what, you don't have any support, like, what does that mean to you? How does that feel?
Well, it makes you feel a bit empty, I think. It makes you feel empty, and it makes you feel listless. Lost would be a good word. Can be lost, too, even though sometimes when you do embark on something new, whatever that is, that feeling's going to be with you, because not everybody's going to be on board with it.
Right.
So you do look for the support, but that's what it kind of means to me, I think, is you feel a little bit lost, or you feel like, once again, jumping off a cliff and you're flying around going, what is going on? Where are we headed with this stuff?
Right. So I love that you chose that way. So really feeling like you with direction,
direction.
and strength in that direction, like a knowingness and a happiness and a joyfulness to it, because that's a really good, strong support. Now, here's another way we can think about is with support, a lack of support. Sometimes to me, I'm going to take this because I have to do it this way. In an internal self, if I wasn't even supporting my own self, and then suddenly I have these thoughts like, I can't do that. Like, if I don't even support myself, I don't have the belief in myself, I feel alone, I'm going to shut people out and even have more lack of support, because
that is true. That's for sure.
And it's so interesting. So I love that we have the first song that we will be playing after the commercial. You guys really want to hear this, first of all, because it's just lovely to listen to. But you'll at first think it's a love song, but that's why I want to talk about support starting with ourselves, because it really starts with a conversation, and it's to find out, where are you lacking support from yourself? Where are you not supporting yourself and going almost against yourself? Because when you think of support, I kind of think of, even politics, voting, elections. You're trying to gain somebody's support. There's got to be not an argument, but a point that you're voting for, like you're going for.
Exactly.
And what about in your life right now, Eric? Is there something, I don't know, I'm going to ask you to share personal now, but is there something in your life that you think, God, I'm just not supporting even myself on this?
Well, it happens a lot of times as a songwriter, I think, and as writers, because, you're only as good as your last song, right? So if you are searching for, either getting somebody to record it, or if you're an author or whatever you're doing, now you're back to almost square one again. Now, granted, you can make connections, and it's good to use those connections, but sometimes that's the support you have. But boy, when you have something new and you've changed directions a little bit, or you're going somewhere, it does feel like you're out on your own. You're kind of flying by the seat of your pants. So that's kind of where I am with my life, and you always have to reevaluate as you know, Lisa, we've had our talks that, I'm always reevaluating, where is this going? Where's this train going? What's happening here? And who's on board? Because you have to have people on board who are your support group. And that's a good thing to have, too, a mastermind sort of support group that you can rely on, that you can talk to, either on a talking level, a friend to call up, that kind of thing, or right through to somebody if you are in some sort of where you're pitching either, my case would be songs and that kind of thing. You can call people up and see what they really think of things and then go from there.
See, and I love, you actually just brought up some of the components of the conversation that would be had, starting with yourself when you need support. Like, okay, reevaluate's a great word. So right now, if somebody out there is feeling like, yeah, nobody's supporting me here, I would love for you to turn inward first and find out, okay, wait a second, let me take responsibility. Let me evaluate first here. Am I supporting myself? And here's how you're going to know if you're supporting yourself. You have enthusiasm around your idea. You have momentum and flow of things coming to your way to support you, just by your very own, like you're energized. You feel good about it.
You have to tap into the original enthusiasm for your idea, I find a lot of times, because if you're looking for that enthusiasm later on after you've had the idea, sometimes you're looking and you're going, I don't know where to find it. Well, really, go back to what your original idea was and try to recapture that enthusiasm from it. I find as a writer, well, this is a good song. This is a good book. This is, and that's where I think for self-support would come in and build your own confidence. It's hard though when somebody, that's what I think would start with is refine the support you had from yourself with the enthusiasm that you had for your idea and what you wanted to do.
I love that, and I love that. So, okay, here's a perfect example. Everybody's going to relate to this one. Who right now has wanted to work out and has not yet worked out, and they know that their equipment is sitting there, or their gym membership, card is in their bed. Yeah. And it's like, we've reached out at some point. We have reached out. We have got that membership. We've hired the trainer. We've got the equipment. We've set the schedule. But I love where we're going with this, because what it really takes is to sit back down and go, okay, I need to have a conversation with myself. Where is that original enthusiasm? Not because I feel bad. Okay, so check this out. If you're telling yourself your support is that you're telling yourself you're fat and out of shape, well, that's not very great. That doesn't feel good.
That's not, no.
You want to do it for a positive. Like, when you say that support is more about a positive start.
Yeah, definitely. It is a positive start. Starting over. You always start over all the time. But working out is just walk for 10 minutes if you have to start over, that kind of thing. But
And all of whenever you do, quote unquote, fail or not reach the goal that you quite thought, whether it's in your career, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's working out, you have to offer yourself that support. And I've talked about this before. Borrow the belief, then you can reach out, but always make sure it's a good vibration, a good feeling, and
or be able to call somebody up who wants to work out with you.
A buddy.
Yeah, buddy. It's always good, the buddy system. You sort of push each other a little bit. That's a good way to do it with whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
I would say. It's your support group.
Oh, my gosh. Was that not a perfect way? You just led into how I can introduce your song. So,
okay, great.
So,
I didn't even know that.
I know. That was magical. See, now that's what it is. It flows. See, when you're supporting flow. So talk about the buddy system. So I'm going to take the mic here for a second. The song we chose, and I just love this song. You guys are going to hear it after the commercial break, but it's called When We Fall in Love Again. I like to call it Caught in the Middle because it's so true. It's like, I'm got to make a decision, but you need the support to help you and guide you along the way, but it's really all about a conversation. So the lyrics in this word, we still have a couple minutes we can talk. I want to go through them because I want you guys to hear what we're talking about for the song. And then when you listen to the song, listen to it in whichever way it lends to you, whether it's personal and self-serving, or if it is support, you need it from a large group or one other person, a couple or whatever. So Eric, do you want to, when did you write this song?
When did I write this song?
Yeah.
Geez, it's a few years ago now. I'd probably say 8-10 years ago, probably.
Yeah.
This one's kind of been, it's been hiding around. And we got the dust off it. Let's put it this way. We dusted it off and pulled it out. But I think it's I'm not probably a little biased, but I think it's a good song as well.
Okay. Yeah.
But you're right with the caught in the middle thing. And, that's the very first line of the song, as you'll see. It is about sitting on the fence. You're on the fence. You don't know which side are you going to jump to, you know, that kind of thing. And that's really what the song's about. Of course, it has a love
connotation, like an undertone.
Yeah, absolutely, totally. Probably more of an overtone. Has a, you know, to it for sure. Component, there's the word I was looking for. I love component to it, but you can apply it to a bunch of different things if you know, if you want to just you know, put in your own lyrics.
Well, let's just so everybody can sit on the first lines here, just so when we do go to commercial and come back, you can hear this. I want to say it's caught in the middle of should I stay or go. So there's that sense. Torn between decisions of yes and no. Here we are with our hearts on the line, clouded by what's yours and mine. Now, that's going to be broken apart when we come back. But I want to ask you, Eric, when you say here we are with our hearts on the line, because isn't that the most important? Like, that's what is so hard about a decision, because your heart, your passion, your enthusiasm, it's on the line here.
It is definitely on the line. And it's clouded by what's yours and mine can be either on physical things, on how your feelings. I mean, feelings obviously are a big thing too. Is, you know, maybe you've lost yourself in the relationship, and you know you have to get yourself back. So it's clouded. All these things that we've gone through is really clouding what really is, and that's when it gets to the chorus. Is really.
Oh, don't show the chorus.
I won't.
Okay.
You're heading me off. No, but it really. It sort of says.
So, well, when we come back, you guys are going to just love this song. So come back and don't get caught in the middle.
The best of the holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Humanity Healing International is a small nonprofit with a big dream. Since 2007, HHI has been working tirelessly to bring help to communities with little or no hope. Our projects are not broad mandates, nor are they overnight solutions, but they bring the reassurance that no one is alone and that someone cares. To learn more, please visit humanityhealing.org. Humanity Healing is where your heart is.
My name is Victor Furman. Some call me the Voice. I've always been fascinated with human nature, spirituality, science, and the crossroads at which they meet. Join me Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on OMTimes Radio, and we'll explore these topics and so much more on Destination Unlimited.
Enjoy passive income benefits while creating a cottage experience for others. From a relaxing getaway to connecting with nature, sitting around flickering campfire light, dipping in cool, refreshing waters, strengthening your body with biking, hiking, boating, and swimming. And you have the cottage that could be a part of all of those memories while earning you money. Financial abundance as a thank you for renting your cottage. Become a cottage rental owner today, safely and supported. RentCottage.com.
Welcome back to the Cat Show. Up next, we have Nico. Nico is a member of the Shelter Pet Group.
That's right. A group known especially for their sunspot sleeping, ball chasing, leg rubbing, and of course, companionship. Just look how she struts.
It's like she owns the place.
And see how she curls up and cuddles her person.
The pitch on her purring is simply perfect.
Nice one.
Fantastic cat. But really the best way to know an amazing shelter pet like Nico is to meet one.
Visit theshelterpetproject.org today. Adopt.
Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
We're back with musical chairs. I love that Light on Living just loves music, because then we get to have this. So I didn't want anybody to get confused. You are with Light on Living, but this special edition is musical chairs. If you guys have a song that you want us to really, maybe it's your favorite song, you want us to talk about your song, and we can dive into the lyrics. You can ask a question, say, you know what, this song is always, I've always connected with it, or made me feel good or safe or supported. Then, yes, exactly. Then, pop that onto our Facebook page even. That would be easy enough to do. And we've chosen the song When We Fall in Love Again, or AKA Caught in the Middle. And it is by Eric Lambier, as he's our co-host right now. This song is just so good. So what we'll do is we're going to play it, and then we're going to go through the lyrics and how it can really help you have the right conversations to feel supported and get to where you want to go. So here it is, Eric Lambier, When We Fall in Love Again.
You. I don't want someone new. I'll keep you satisfied. Through thick or thin, you better count me in. I'll stay right by your side. Baby, it's crazy, the life that we lead. Lovers, they could be many, but no give is a no receive. Gotta let your love grow, oh, let your love flow. It floats back to you. Gotta make a move in the right direction. I leave it up to you. But if it all falls through and no one else will do, I wanna take the time to make it mine, all mine. I'm in love with you. I don't want someone new. I'll keep you satisfied. Then you better count me in, and I'll stay right by your side. Come on. The life that we lead. Lovers, they could be many, but no give is a no receive. You gotta learn to let go and let your love grow, 'cause it floats back to you. Gotta make a move in the right direction. I leave it up to you. But if it all falls through and no one else will do, I wanna take the time to make you mine, all mine. I'm in love with you. I don't want someone new. I'll keep you satisfied. Through thick or thin, you better count me in. I'll stay right by your side. I said I'm in love with you. I don't want someone new. I'll keep you satisfied. Through thick or thin, you better count me in. I'll stay right by your side, baby. I don't want someone new. I'll keep you satisfied. Oh, thick or thin, you better count me in. I'll stay right by your side, girl. I said I'm in love with you. I don't want someone new. So keep you satisfied, yeah, baby. Oh, through thick or thin, you better count me in. I'll stay right by your side. I'm in love with you. Oh, I don't want someone new. Come on, baby. Give me what you got. Give me what you got.
Alrighty, well, that was a little bit of a switcheroo. We hope you like that song because that was a song called Keep You Satisfied. But we'll play the When We Fall in Love Again after that next commercial break. But you know what? I want to talk about that one then, obviously, because we just ran through. So that one was called Keep You Satisfied. Now, Eric, you got to give us a little bit of an intro on that one, because, okay, let me talk about being satisfied first. When we talk about looking for support, if we are not feeling supported in an area, we're not going to feel satisfied, and we're going to keep looking and searching and trying to find that right pillar to hold us up, to support, so that we can lean on.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. The pillar.
The pillar.
For sure.
And satisfied is such a neat word, because you know what? I think a lot of people just are never satisfied. They just don't. Okay, let's dive into that word here. Satisfaction. I'm satisfied. I am not content. Do you think satisfied is more or less than the word content?
I wouldn't know that.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I don't know. Content sort of sounds to me more like you're complacent, maybe. But so satisfied, I mean, you can be satisfied, but still go okay. I mean, at some point you have to know when to move on. I'm thinking more now when I'm talking about writing or when I produce a song and that kind of thing. And I think so as a book as well, or in your life, I guess, too.
Achieving it.
But as you know, you have to know when to move on. When is the time to move on and keep, reaching for something else as well? So that's satisfying too. Or, I'll keep you satisfied. Well, I'll always be there for you. You'll always be, that kind of thing. I guess that can be satisfaction too, can it? Lisa, do you think? Or?
Yeah, satisfied. I'm satisfied with what I have. I feel good. I feel safe, satisfied. Actually, when I think of satisfied, and I know because I just want to really build into this, is you have a goal, you have a desire, you have something, and you've reached it. So you finally go, okay, I'm satisfied with that result. I feel like, but in order to get support around it. So let's go through the verse here. So you read the first verse, that one.
All right. Actually, the first verse is also the second verse.
Okay.
And, this makes the song easier to write.
Yeah.
Kind of like Daniel by Elton John. He has two verses, but then they go back to the original first verse.
And it's easier for people to remember when they want to sing along.
That's true.
We like repetitive as the mother with a ball skill.
Sure. That's a Tony Robbins quote.
Oh, is it?
Actually, yeah.
Nice.
Repetition is the mother of all skill. But that's probably done by people before, so please don't quote us. I did that before on Facebook, and
oh, no, the reprimand.
People, automatically crucify it. So I was not satisfied with it.
No.
So, but anyway, back to the lyrics here. Now, it's got a love component once again, but, baby, it's crazy, the life that we lead. Because the life that we lead really buffets you around, let's say. It can cause a lot of stresses, or it can be a lot of satisfaction too, depending on how you're building your life. Once again, getting back to a support group, that kind of thing. So the life that we lead, lovers, well, they could be many, but no give is no receive. So it's the same kind of thing, I mean, it could be in many different ways. You don't have to use the word lovers there if you don't want to. There could be a lot of different things there.
And I want to stay on that for a second, because with support, it's all about giving and receiving. And we were talking just before the show about sometimes some people they need to give. I mean, they look for people who need. They look for people to receive. They look for people like, oh, I want to help them so much, and I want to offer my support. And so you want to definitely, if you do need support in your life somewhere, let people know, because there are people looking for you.
Yeah, for sure. And, I think the old adage, which could be cliche, but I still think it rings true, is you reap what you sow. That kind of thing. And sometimes you just got to give till it hurts. You know what I mean? Yeah. But that can be difficult and has it's fraught with problems as well, but you got to roll with it. Just like our song here. So
yeah.
You got to roll with it and do what you got to do here. So that's lovers could be many, so no give is no receive. And then you got to let your love grow. Let it grow.
Don't be dissatisfied.
Don't be dissatisfied with it. Let it grow. You got to put it out there. Let your love flow. Same thing. Grow and flow, right? Kind of thing. It flows back to you, and it will in different ways. I mean, you might not think so today, but you'll never know. Tomorrow you'll see what happens. Yeah. Because it really will come back to you in different ways. It's like, I mean, if I want to talk, we did a charity last night, and Lisa and I went to it and donated our time to do it. And in the middle of it, the host of the charity passed around a basket and collected money for us.
For support.
For support. So it's, it flows back to you in a number of ways. Also, you know what? It flows back to us in compliments. Mm-hmm. I mean, it can be compliments and joy as well. You got to make a move in the right direction. And then I just I'll leave it up to you.
I think that's a really cool thing right there about a move. You've got to make a move. Right now, so many people are dissatisfied or don't feel supported, but you can't just sit there. Like if you try to sit on that fence that you were talking about earlier, Eric, that's going to hurt your tush. You're going to have to, and you want to make it in the right direction. So if you're unable to you're not feeling it flowing, and if you're not feeling like it's growing, you're probably not in the right direction.
Yeah, and if it doesn't work, just try something else. That doesn't work, try something else. Yeah. That kind of thing. Yeah. I always you try the right direction, but you find that usually the road to the top is really got a lot of, the top of whatever you're aiming for usually has a lot of deviations.
Yeah, I actually just felt my whole body, my heart actually open up in a compassionate way for those, including myself, because I just felt myself say, if you don't make it, if it doesn't go so great the first time, you got to try a different way. And my heart just softened and it just went, oh yeah. And it was like, nice. The compassion component. Oh, that's neat. The compassion component.
That's the word of the day, folks. That's what it is. Component.
All the components of support.
Exactly.
And then that's what it is. So when somebody else is needing support, you can even recognize it. Like, you know what? Maybe they chose a direction, didn't work out so well. They just need a little help. Yeah. Just like you.
Just even saying to somebody, it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Gotta roll with it.
Oh, talk about rolling with it. I got to tell them I have time for the story. So I am not at all an aggressive driver. In fact, I'm very, empathic driver. I feel badly if somebody's in traffic. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope they don't have to pee. I'm like, I really actually care about other people. And so I was driving here today, and I got a little bit frustrated. There was a taxi driver, and he was stopping, and it was pouring rain right now. And the taxi driver stopped in front of the house that he was picking somebody up, obviously. But there's not enough room for everybody to stop, so he was literally, everybody had to stop who was behind him, wait for the other side to clear to go around. And I am not a horn beeper. I never beep my horn. And I was like, he really should know that this is incorrect and that this is, displeasing to everybody else. And so I just I knew it. I felt like so awkward doing it. I had to look for where the horn was. And then I beeped it. And then I felt so awful. Like, gosh, I should have just given him a little bit more compassion. I was like, no, I would like the compassion today because he is really stopping my flow here. And he shouldn't be doing that. He should have pulled in the driveway. So I was so torn on if I wanted to offer support to the taxi driver who's doing something he should not have been doing, or should I offer the support to me? And we have to almost do it unapologetically. Find out where you want to give your support and go for it.
He did not make a move in the right direction.
He did not.
He left it up to him.
I did.
So.
Well, okay. So we got back to our office.
That's how life shows up, right?
Yes.
Life shows up and it jumps in front of you. It does certain things, and you're going to be tested. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
You're going to be tested. This isn't a straight line. It's not going to be happy all the time. But, you roll with it, and you gave him a friendly little toot.
I did. It was and that was one thing, and I want to bring that back to about supporting self, is sometimes we don't support ourselves because we all feel like, not guilty, but I did feel guilty, but feel like, he deserved that support more than I did. I should have stepped in the background. So just everybody, don't forget about yourself. Just don't forget
from 0 to 60. I find a lot.
Yeah. Good one.
Folks go from 0 to 60 way too fast. I don't mean driving. I mean in attitude. Before you know it, there's too many things flying around, and really it doesn't help anyone. It really doesn't.
I love that. 0 to 60 attitude.
It's just, just relax. You never know. It's like what you were saying though about, in driving especially, and I'll be with somebody and they'll get mad at somebody because I don't drive, obviously, not yet. And you know what I'll say? How do you know that person's, mother just didn't pass away? Mm-hmm. And they go, oh, I never thought of that. Because that's why they didn't turn at the right time, or they didn't signal properly. No, that's not always true. I understand that. Yeah. There are aggressive drivers and that kind of thing. But just got to be a little aware. And I know once again, it's hard. Life's going to test you.
Yeah.
But you got to support yourself. And you can look for other people who support that too. So.
And that's why we have traffic lights, because that's a support system to keep things in the flow. All right, we've got the bridge here.
Yeah. So the bridge of this is, why don't you read the verse once through just so we're back there. So, baby, it's crazy, the life that we lead. Lovers, They could be many, but no give is no receive. Got to let your love grow. Let your love flow, because it flows back to you. Got to make a move in the right direction. I'll leave it up to you.
Yes,
now, here's the bridge. But if it all falls through and no one else will do, I want to take the time to make you mine, all mine.
And that's support right there.
There it is. It's, I think, right from the start there, it's saying, if things fall apart, because if it all falls through, right, because you're going to be tested and no one else will do or nothing will do, I want to take the time to make you mine, all mine. So that is the support,
Well, and also, you know what, when you're little or you have a little kid, maybe yourself, and something's happened and they just come running to you and you just need to open your arms and give them a big hug and let them know that it's okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I get to picture a little kid on the playground, hurting their little knee and going, Mom, I need help.
Exactly.
I'll support you.
Yeah.
Because you want them to get back into the playground, get back and climb whatever they need to do, or because I think that's where support becomes, oh my gosh, maybe this is a key here in our final minute. We're going to end up going to commercial, but I want to come back to this. But that's why we need support, so you don't give up, so that you keep on trying, you keep on going. This is why support is so important. If you don't have support, you won't continue.
Exactly. And find your support group.
Yeah.
Look for those people. It's going to be a bit of a look.
Yeah.
But look for your support.
Yeah. So we are going to speak to commercial, but when we come back, we'll just finish up those the words here, and then we'll listen to another song when we come back. So I'll see you then.
The best of holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Ascending Hearts is no ordinary dating site, but a spiritual dating site with a purpose, to link you with your soulmate. We engineer the serendipity so you can trust that you will attune with someone that has the same matching vibration as you. Ascending Hearts, the conscious dating site for the spiritually aware. Try Ascending Hearts for free. AscendingHearts.com.
Grab a cup of tea or a glass of wine and tune in for Inspired Conversations with publisher Linda Joy on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern. Linda creates sacred space for leading female luminaries, empowering authors, heart-centered female entrepreneurs, coaches, and healers. A soulful venue where guests openly share the fears and obstacles they've overcome, wisdom and lessons learned, and the personal journey that led them to the transformational work they do in the world. Inspired Conversations to empower you on your path to authentic, soulful living.
So I'm a cat, and I just moved in with this new human, and she's got this little toy she's always playing with, all day long. Tap, 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 bloop, bloop. She can't put it down. There it is. Oh, and get this. She even talks to it. Last week she asked it for Chinese, and guess what? Egg rolls showed up. Like magic. Humans have cool toys.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
All right, you're back. You're listening to Musical Chairs by Light on Living. We've got Eric Lambier here. We are featuring a couple of his songs to really explore and go all over the place with support. What it looks like, what it feels like when you don't have it, how to get it, where all these sources come from. And we're going through the first song, which we're just going to wrap up before we let you hear the next song. But we're doing the lyrics for the Keep You Satisfied. And we're talking about, being really there for somebody and not to giving up and everything. But we have one more verse to go through. And Eric, do you want to? Oh, I'm sorry. What have you got here? Yeah.
Well, we've gone the bridge already.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. We got the chorus.
Remember, the first verse is like the second. So let me just read the verse again into the bridge, and then we go to the chorus. You want to do that?
Okay.
Or do you want to just go to the chorus?
Chorus.
All right.
Okay.
The bridge. If it all falls through and no one else will do, I want to take the time to make you mine, all mine. I'm in love with you. I don't want someone new. I'll keep you satisfied. Through thick or thin, you better count me in, because I'll stay right by your side.
Okay. Now I know where I would like to go. Where were you going with that? I want to go internal on that one. But
Well, I that's how I wrote it. That's where I was with it.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay.
You know, I'm in love with you. You know, I don't want someone new. I think this is really affirming it to the person you're talking to, really.
Yeah.
I'm in love with you. I don't want someone new. I'll keep you satisfied. I'll be there for you all the time, anytime, all the time, through thick or thin. I guess that could be a few things. You better count me in. I'll stay right by your side.
Yeah.
So.
I love the line that's really kicking there for me is I don't want someone new. And so I'm going to put a spin on that one.
Sure.
When we are looking at ourselves and we're really dissatisfied and we do not feel supported and we just want to give up, like we just don't know where to go, you don't want to give up on yourself. You don't want to tell yourself you're no good, you suck, I want someone new, who, like reinvent yourself, that kind of thing. What I love that I'm feeling is like I don't want someone new. Like I don't want to abandon myself and bail. I want to come back to myself to find out what really I am happy and how I feel the best me and how I feel awesome and supported, and stay by your side, stay by your own side as well. Like don't give up on yourself. I don't like for me even that's why I'm feeling like just don't let yourself down.
Yeah, don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on each other. You know what? It's not always going to be. It's not always going to be lovemaking. It's not always going to be happy in a house. I mean, obviously you don't want to get it too far where it's, anything that's too much you can't get out of. But you know what? You got to talk. And you know what? I was just thinking about this. I know that we kind of switched songs, but actually it is kind of leading into the other song pretty good again.
Yeah.
Because it is about, and I won't give away what's happening with the other one. Just
okay.
Okay. But it is kind of leading into the caught in the middle.
Yeah.
Should I stay or go kind of thing. So, like, I'm in love with you. I don't want somebody saying to you, I don't want somebody, like you said, I'll keep you satisfied through thick or thin, through anything that happens. You know what? We got to sit and talk because that's just the way life is.
Yeah.
Once again, it's showing up to test you.
Yeah. Well, let's go with that actually. So the song we're going to play is this one's When We Fall in Love Again, the Caught in the Middle, because this is about conversation.
This is the new one, yeah.
Yeah, the new song. So
the other one we talked about.
Yeah. So we'll listen to that song and we'll chat about it.
Stay or go, torn between decisions of a yes and no. Here we are with our hearts on the line, clouded by what's yours and mine. So let me take your hand and we'll talk like we used to. If we understand, we can wipe away the blame. And if our next time comes, we'll do it all much better when we fall in love again. So many feelings and things we might have said, king-size emotions in a double bed, holding out just to prove who we are. But now before it gets too far, let me take your hand and we'll talk like we used to. If we understand, we can wipe away the blame. And if our next time comes, we'll do it all much better when we fall in love again. These mixed emotions are what's killing me. Don't really want to walk away. I could just turn around so easily if only I could find say, let me take your hand and we'll talk like we used to. If we understand, we can wipe away the blame. And if our next time comes, we'll do it all much better when we fall in love again. So let me take your hand and we'll talk like we used to. If we understand, we can wipe all the blame. And if our next time comes, we'll do it all much better when we fall in love again. When we fall in love. Caught in the middle of should I stay or go.
Clap, 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 clap.
I know. It's what everybody relates to that, because that one is, the relationship and lovers and sitting down and chatting like, what are we going to do here? Like come on, divorce is rampant everywhere and separations and breakups, and that's what, mainstream TV is all about.
There you go. People made billions off of that.
Yeah. Hey, anybody listening want that show or want this song for a show?
For a show, there you go. If anybody's looking for a song, I'm pretty open
yes.
to let me use it.
Yeah. Well, really, that song, it does lend nicely to this part of the show here right now. It's musical chairs, because you never know which chair you're going to land. Like, the song will land on a chair, and then you go, oh, there you go.
Yeah, you never know which chair you're going to be in, I guess.
Yeah.
But this is, getting back, like the lyrics. You want me to go through the lyrics?
Yeah, we did the first. You can just read the first and the chorus then.
Yeah. So caught in the middle of should I stay or go, which we talked about already. But, we might as well reiterate a little bit. Where do you want to go with this? Are you on the fence with something? Is it, is it a love affair? Is it your job? Maybe you're torn between two jobs you want to decide about. So that, it's caught in the middle of should I stay or go. Torn between decisions of yes and no. Here we are with our hearts on the line, clouded by what's yours and mine.
The chorus?
You want me to do the chorus?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me take your hand and we'll talk like we used to. If we understand, we can wipe away the blame. And if our next time comes, we'll do it all much better when we fall in love again.
Oh, you have to jump in. I love this. I love this so much. So for me, let me take your hand. Okay. I know it sounds a little bit crazy to think this way at first, but when I first hear that, I feel like that's a centering. You have connection, you have focus, you're present with somebody. Like when you literally look at somebody in the face and you open your heart, you're connected.
Take each other's hands, sit across from each other. Kind of.
Yes, and really be present and there with each other, with yourself, with somebody. I love that line for that. And we'll talk, whether like we used to, maybe there's a time that you guys did connect. Find that maybe you're literally like in a job that you don't like, but there's a time that you did like it. I know. Yeah. I don't do that. There we go. Just hold a good eye. Yeah. No, I like the wipe away the blame, because at first I think about wiping away tears. To understand. If we understand, that's it.
Wipe away the blame.
Because that's where on everything you will support somebody so much more easily when you understand where they want to go, where they're coming from, and vice versa. You'll receive that.
A lot of that is to ask the person, so what do you want me to understand? Instead of you always trying to get them to understand you. Now, that's one of the 7 habits of highly effective people.
Oh,
number 5, actually. Yeah, Stephen R. Covey. There you go. Number 5 is that one of the best ones is to say, let me understand what you're trying to say to me.
Aww.
What are you trying to say to me? Let me really try to get in your shoes. I want to walk in your shoes right now. What is really on your mind? What has happened? Where are we going with this? If you really feel this is the end, then let's talk about it and part friends if we can. But if we can work it out, is there a way to work it out? Can we get back to basics? Can we get back to the enthusiasm we had when we first met? Kind of thing.
I want to talk about the word blame, because, when we are blaming others or ourselves, I don't think support can live in that space.
No, you are correct with that for sure. Because it's I think it's part of, it falls into you have to be right. One has to be right all the time. And the fact is, if you have to be right all the time, that makes somebody else wrong. And I remember some quote, and I can't remember if it's, I can't remember right now. But anyway, if you're making somebody else wrong, sometimes you can make them an enemy, and you don't want to be an enemy. You know what I mean? And that's, I think, blame. You always feel like you have to be right, and this, yes, you did it, pointing fingers, kind of thing. So you want to avoid that if we can, obviously.
Yeah. I love that was in the course, because when you talk about that wiping away the blame. Also, too, when you oh goodness, there's something that I was thinking about was blame there, but the blame is actually a separation. You're separating yourself from something. It's all your fault that's gone wrong, or you did this. And if you have that understanding of why somebody did something, or why you maybe did something in the first place, then I think that you can get that support.
Because it falls once again, like you're saying, you did. No, you did. No, you did. No,
right.
You did. You did.
I remember
when I write a song about you did.
You did. Well, what I was going to say is about when you're gathering support. Let's call it gathering. You gather support from yourself. You're gathering from others.
Yes.
That does not, like what you said. I love that. Doesn't mean it's right. It just means it's your focus. It's your goal. So don't worry about being right or wrong and blaming and stuff like that. I love that, because it's just about, this is my choice, my goal. This is where I want to be.
Because I remember, and once again, we're full of quotes today, but I remember somewhere along the line reading something where if you believe it, you're always right. To yourself, you're always right. But then you got to remember, so is the person across from you. Mm-hmm. It's exactly the same way, So you got to start let's wipe away the blame. Let's get to a happy place in the middle. Mm-hmm. Where are we? Can we just wipe this away? And if you can't, then you have to be prepared to just cut it. Mm-hmm. And that's the hardest thing you're going to have to face, for sure. Wouldn't you agree, Lisa?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You really.
Whether it's in groups, like you said, sometimes it's just things you can't get enough support on, and whether it's by yourself or others, it's just time to get enthusiastic about something different.
Exactly, because that's in work as well. And let's get back to having your job. There's a lot of probably what do you call it? People from different companies blaming each other for what's happened or whatever else, or within the company itself, blame. And unfortunately, in the corporate world, the reality in corporate world, a lot of stuff doesn't work, because a lot of that is they blame you and you're cut. It's done. Mm-hmm. And then
there's no chatting about it, no understanding or holding hands.
There's no understanding. No, exactly.
We'll go on to the next verse, because this is
Well, don't you want to finish this? I like the next part.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
And if our next, this is the best part.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. So.
That's why I wrote it. No. We wipe on the way. And if our next time comes, we'll do it all much better. So what that to me is saying, if you don't mind talking, is if our next time comes, we'll do it all much better. It means to me that we learn from it. No. You've learned from it. And next time, when you do fall, because the next line is when we fall in love again. I actually wrote that line, to be honest with you. I don't know if you knew this, but it's either when you fall in love with each other again, or when you fall in love with a new person again. And so you learn from.
I did not know originally, but I remember you telling me that a couple of years ago. And I love that, because it's not about, a lot of people think just because you've had 25 years at a job, but you hate it, sometimes or you're in a marriage for so long, you think you can't leave because you have so much, but you could do it all better next time, because or reconnect, or just do it better the next time, and anything, because you have that much more understanding and lessons and support.
Lessons of the life, right? Yeah. Exactly. Right. You know what to do next time to avoid it. Maybe next time you want to sit down and talk about things instead of keeping it inside all the time, right?
Oh, and that talks about the next verse, about keeping it inside.
It does. So the next verse, and we'll get to, so many feelings and things. Oh, sorry. So many feelings and things we might have said. King-size emotions in our double bed. Mm. Can we read the whole thing first?
Yeah.
Holding out just to prove who we are, but now before it gets too far. Now, I know you wanted to say something about this one. So.
Yes, I know. Yeah. I love the line, king-size emotions in our double bed. Because you know what? How many times do we get so overwhelmed with, it's snowballs? you're like, this, I'm grumpy about that and upset about that and blame and or even ourselves or everything. And it's so big that you can't fit all these king size emotions in a smaller space.
Exactly.
Overwhelm of emotion will never support you.
No,
of that emotion.
No, that's when you wish you had a king size bed. But there's so many feelings in things we might have said. So there's so much stuff, and that's what leads into your, into the emotions part for sure.
Yeah, the snowballing. Now, on the other side of it, on the good side, if they were king size emotions and they're really like, I am so enthusiastic, so supportive, so much belief, so much hope, so much, drive, then you know what? Yay for you, because you need to reach out to somebody else who's struggling with the negative ones.
That's true too, and you can have better knowledge for the next person, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, and the holding out just to prove who we are comes back to just being stubborn.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be for good reasons. Maybe you have the best reason at all. Once again, back to your job or back to just a friendship with somebody or whatever it is. Just, you know what? Sometimes you got to let it go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Because if you don't let it go, it's just going to eat you up inside. But now, before it gets too far, brings us back to, let me take your hand. We can talk like we used to. And that's where you want to get to. Hopefully get back to that point. Once again, though, sometimes you just got to cut it. This is the way it works.
And then I love the bridge. So the chorus is, I'll remind everybody, let me take your hand, we'll talk like we used to. If we understand, we can wipe away the blame. And if our next time comes, we'll do it all much better when we fall in love again. And then the bridge.
These mixed emotions are what's killing me. Don't really want to walk away. I could just turn around so easily if only I could find the words to say.
And so with the mixed emotions, that's the overwhelm. You're like, I'm on the fence and I got to make this decision. And that's really where support comes in. Support offers systems.
Yeah.
And you need systems. They're coming so many different things.
Yes, exactly. Once again, back to friends and songs even, all kinds of things.
Yeah, songs have systems. You even put a bridge, chorus, verse. That's a system to let you guide you.
Well, the mixed emotions will tear you up inside. Maybe people have been in a situation where you just, it's so bad, it's stressed so bad you can't even eat.
Yeah.
It's horrible. You can't do anything. It's just shutting you down. And that's what that the bridge is really about. It's what's killing me. Don't really want to walk away. I don't, or this person doesn't really want to walk away. Because
it's on value in what it was.
Yes, once again, don't really want to walk away. I could just turn around so easily if I could find the words to say.
No, that is the line. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that line just came up right now. I could just turn around so easily if I could only have find the words to say. And that's where right now, everybody, if you just go, oh gosh, I wish I could say I want to say, but I don't know how, you need support. That's the cry. That's it right there. I need something come jump out to me. Give me the support. Show me the way.
That's right. And that's how it leads right back to the chorus again. Oh. About taking each other's hands, sitting down and saying, where's this thing going again?
Oh.
Because, you don't really want to walk away. Sometimes you might have to. Sometimes you don't. But it's sitting down and talking to people, working it out.
I did. And that's actually, so I wanted, because as we're wrapping up here, I want to just remind everybody, that's why we do musical chairs. We are having a conversation exploring, musicians write songs, songwriters write songs and poetry and all that good stuff because they're trying to offer some kind of a peek into their own emotions, or an offering of a support system in whatever way, from joyful to compassion to misery loves company, all kind of songs. So musical chairs, that's what Eric Lambier and me, myself, Lisa Berry, we love doing this because music can move you and support you.
Absolutely. And actually, it's been a good ride for us. We've done what's our third show?
Yeah.
And I've really enjoyed really talking about music. And that's why we want you, the public, if you want a song for us to evaluate or whatever, get a hold of Lisa's Light on Living on Facebook.
Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, or email lisa@lightonliving.com.
Yeah, email Lisa and let her know what song you want us to talk about. And if you are an artist and want to come on the show, do the same thing. We are looking for artists to come on the show.
You can play your song.
We are new. We are rolling with lots of things right now. because we're kind of, well, I'm new to it. But let's put it that way. Lisa's been doing her other show for 3 years now. But, you know, we're new to it, but we want to have people on the show. So if you are an artist, get a hold of us.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know, maybe you're a poet. Would we go that far, Lisa?
Absolutely. Well, yeah, because you know what? There could be a music song. What do you call them? The people that write the music.
Lyrics. Well, it's lyrics.
We'll match you up. So yeah. So we have to wrap up. But everybody, we just want to say thank you so much for joining us. And if you want to hear any more of it, we'll actually post the songs on Facebook so you can hear them again and take them into your own space. Whether you need support from inside of yourself or from outside, we're here for you as well. So Eric, I want to say thank you so much for hosting an amazing show.
Thank you, Lisa. It was beautiful again. A nice rainy day up here in Canada.
We'll talk to you guys soon, and we'll see you next first Monday of the month in October for another episode of World Fancy Show. That's Musical Chairs. Bye.
Bye, all.